Meet Aurora, a cat whose resting face looks like she just found out you ate the last slice of pizza. They call her Roro, and she spent a decade perfecting the art of looking permanently disappointed with the universe. According to her vet, only a tiny fraction of cats possess Aurora's particular brand of personality. While some felines would bolt under the nearest bed when strangers arrive, Roro does the exact opposite. She plants herself in the middle of the room and engages in what can only be described as an intense staring contest that she has no intention of losing. Her specialty? The aggressive stare that silently communicates both "come closer" and "I dare you" simultaneously. When visitors enter the house and spot this fluffy creature, their natural instinct kicks in. They're ready to shower affection on what appears to be an adorable kitty. That's when her owner, Amy, has to jump in with a warning that usually goes unheeded. And Roro? She plays along beautifully, giving off an inviting energy that seems to say, "Sure, go ahead and try petting me. Let's see how that works out for you." And as the years pile on, her grumpy demeanor only intensifies, like a fine wine aging into something even more complex and particular. When Aurora is not satisfied with something her family does, like when someone sits on the spot she likes, she doesn't hiss or swat. Instead, she usually sits nearby and deploys that signature stare, a look of such profound betrayal that you'd think she'd been personally victimized. But that wounded stare is actually reserved for family. For everyone else, grandparents included, she breaks out the full intimidation routine. They walk in cheerfully greeting her, and she might deign to sit on the floor, radiating judgment from every whisker. But there's one thing that can crack Aurora's perpetually grumpy expression: chin scratches. When Amy rubs that sweet spot just under her jaw, her face softens into something resembling a smile. It's a fleeting glimpse of contentment that proves there's actually a warm creature underneath all that attitude. Aurora's journey to her forever home began around 10 years ago in Austin. Amy had been campaigning hard for a feline companion, but her husband was firmly in the anti-cat camp. Then came the surprise Christmas gift that changed everything. He'd gone to Austin Pets Alive and found Aurora at a foster home, where she was living with her brothers and sisters. All her siblings had already been adopted. She was the one left waiting. Fast forward to today, and Aurora has established herself as the household's resident curmudgeon. Her circle of tolerance is microscopic, basically limited to Amy, sort of her husband, and their daughter. That's the complete list. Everyone else might as well be furniture. Aurora's dad occupies an interesting position in this quirky cat's hierarchy. He travels frequently for work, and when he's home, she occasionally honors him with her presence by climbing onto his lap. But Aurora is not thrilled about this arrangement. He's clearly the backup human, the person she tolerates when her primary person isn't available. Then there's Aurora's physical presence, which is substantial. She's what one might generously call a big girl. Most cats have that little belly flap that swings when they walk, the primordial pouch, but Aurora's is especially pronounced. Amy insists the portions are reasonable and that apparently there's nothing medically concerning about it. Roro is just naturally built thick, a bit on the chompy side, as her mom puts it. The fluff situation adds another dimension to Aurora's presence. When she first came home, the shelter assured her new family that she was a short-haired cat who barely shed. That turned out to be spectacularly incorrect. As time passed, her coat grew fluffier and fluffier, transforming her into a walking fur factory. Now those telltale tumbleweeds of cat hair drift through the house like tiny furry ghosts, a constant reminder of Aurora's luxurious coat. Amy remains Aurora's biggest advocate, insisting to skeptics that cats make phenomenal companions. They offer the same loyalty and affection as dogs, but with significantly less maintenance. Nobody needs to bundle up for late-night walks or stand in the rain waiting for bathroom breaks. Dogs demand constant attention, but cats like Aurora? They're affectionate on their own schedule, which honestly feels more authentic. She genuinely wants to spend time with her favorite human. It just has to be when she decides the timing is right. To her mom, Aurora is not just a pet. She's the second baby, right after the human daughter. A decade of grumpy stares and reluctant cuddles had cemented Aurora's place as an irreplaceable member of the family. So here's to Roro, the cat who rules her domain with an iron paw and a permanently unimpressed expression, and who proves that sometimes the grumpiest packages contain the most love. She may look like she's perpetually annoyed with everyone and everything, but that's just Aurora being authentically herself. And really, isn't that what we all aspire to?